Hey guys, it's Mr. Gunkel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a cool activity called Fitness Uno. So for this activity, all you're going to need is the game Uno. If you don't have Uno, you could always just go grab a normal deck of playing cards. Go ahead and pause this video right now and go grab those. All right. So first I'm going to be talking about the rules and different exercises for this activity. So the color of the card shows you what activity to do, and the number on the card shows you how many repetitions. If you don't know what repetitions are, it's just how many times you do that activity. So for our first one, we're doing yellow. If you get a yellow, that equals push-ups. When you're doing push-ups, you want to make sure that your arms are under your shoulders and you can be on your knees or on your toes. Another important thing is to make sure that your back is flat. You don't want to be arched like this, and you don't want to be sagging like this. You want to be flat. And when you go down, you bend your arms. You can touch your chest on the ground, or you can get as close as you can. And that's all you're doing. Up, down, up. Looks something just like that. All right. Our next exercise, or our next color, is red. And red is lunges. So for lunges, you can either do normal lunge, so where you start with your feet here, step forward, bend. You want to get your knee to a 90-degree angle. You don't want it going over your toes. You don't want to be back. You want it to be right over your ankle. Another thing is to keep your chest up and keep your core tight. So I'll show you that. You can just switch your legs. Boom. Boom. If those are a little too hard and you want to make them easier, all you can do is just start with your legs separated. You can find a wall or a railing, and you can just go down. Another thing you could do, if that's a little too easy for you, is do jump lunges. So you start out like the normal lunge, down, and then you jump, switch your legs. All the same things. Keep your knee over your ankle, keep your chest up. All right, next is blue. Blue is jumping jacks. So I'm sure you guys have done jumping jacks before. You're just switching your hands and your feet. So hands apart, feet together, hands together, feet apart. You're just switching like that. If you want to make it a little easier, you could do step jacks. So you just go and you switch which foot you're stepping out with. Just like that. If you want to make it a little harder on yourself, you can do squat jacks. So when your feet go apart, you're squatting down. Just like that. Boom. And now green is going to be squats for this one. So with squats, you want your feet right under your shoulders, and you want to squat down. You don't want your knees to go past your toes. They can go a little forward. That's natural. One thing you could do with your arms, you could swing them forward, or you could widen your feet just a little bit, and you could go down and touch the ground. When you're doing that, either way with your arms, you want to make sure that you keep your chest up. You don't want to be like this. You want to be just like this with your chest up the whole time. To make it easier, you could find a wall or a railing, something just to help you a little bit. And if you want to make it harder, you can always add a jump to it. So squat down and then you jump, jump, jump. All right. So now that we have all the exercises, I'm going to show you a couple more rules. So if you draw a skip, draw, reverse, since they don't have numbers on them, we're just going to say they all equal 10. And these will all have a color, so you can do whatever color. So if it's a blue, skip, jumping jack, green, draw, squat, and so on. Another thing to know is if you draw a wild card, doesn't matter if it's a draw wild or just a plain wild card, it's 10 reps, but you get to choose the color. And then zeros are just like skip, draws, or reverses. So they're 10 reps at whatever color. All right, so now that we know all the exercises, I'm gonna go ahead and just get you a good picture of this board so you could pause the video, go back and pause the video, just so you know which exercises are what color if you ever forget. So go ahead and zoom in. As you can see, if you don't have Uno, I also put the different suits. So spades are yellow, hearts are red, diamonds are blue, clubs are green. And you could do all the face cards are 10s, aces are 10s, and jokers could be like wilds. You could choose whatever exercise to do. All right. Now that we know all the exercises and all the other little rules, I'm going to show you exactly how you play this game. So you're going to put your cards on the ground, and one at a time you're going to pick a card. Boom. Green, 5. So green is squats. So I would go ahead and do 5 squats. Just like that. So you then, once you're done, you can place that on the ground. Grab another one. Oh, another 5. Blue 5. So then 5 jumping jacks. Another thing you could do is you could play with a family member. They could do the same exercises with you. Or they could be going and drawing also, and you guys could race to draw 5 cards. So once you do 5 exercises, then you're done for that set. You can always do more. No, I'm doing it inside, but you could be outside, and you could put your cards 10 or so feet away from you. You could run up, draw a card, run back, and do that exercise. You could do that in teams, or you could do it against someone, or you could be working together with a family member. All right, guys, now I'm going to lead you guys through one set of our Fitness Uno game. Remember, when we do one set, we're drawing 5 cards and doing those 5 exercises. You can go ahead and follow along with me. All right, here we go. First card. Red, 9. So red is lunges. You could do 9 each leg, or you could just do 9 total. 3, 4. Remember, chest up. 5, 6. Make sure your knee doesn't go over your toes. 7, 8, 9. All right, next one is yellow 8. So 8 push-ups. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, next one. Green reverse. So remember, reverse is 10 squats. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you let your knees get to 90. 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, next one is wild. So I'm gonna do jumping jacks. Remember, wild is 10. So 10 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Last card, yellow 5. So 5 more push-ups. Another way to make it harder is just get your hands closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alrighty, that's one set of our Fitness Uno. Alright guys, here's a couple things to remember and think about while you're doing this Fitness Uno. If you followed along and it was a little too difficult or you struggled a little bit, remember I gave you exercises just to make it a little easier on yourself. Another thing you could do is just change the number of cards. You could do 4 cards or 3 cards and just do more sets. Another thing is, don't worry about how fast you're doing the exercises. You just make sure you do the technique right and you get all the reps done. If it was a little too easy for you and you want more of a challenge, go ahead and try some of those different exercise variations I gave to you. Also, you could do more than 5 cards. You could do 7 or 9 cards and then do more sets of that. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you had a lot of fun with this Fitness Uno. Remember, you can go ahead and do this outside or with family members. Once you get through it a couple times, you can go ahead and make up different exercises for the different colors. But I do recommend making sure you write it down just in case you forget. Sometimes you're going fast and you forget things. Alrighty, have a good day.